Have you ever wondered what an owl eats? Well, scientists who study birds are able to figure this out by dissecting owl pellets. What exactly is an owl pellet? Well, you see, owls, like other birds, are not able to digest bones, fur, or feathers. So after they eat something like a rodent, all the bones, fur, and feathers gather in their gizzard. And before their next meal, that gizzard is going to take all the bones, fur, and feather and form it into a pellet. And then the bird is going to cough it up or regurgitate it up out of their beak. And then they're ready for their next meal. Many other types of birds actually produce pellets, but because owls swallow the rodents whole, they're able to have a nice specimen to study. So we are going to take a look at an owl pellet here and see what sort of rodent our owl's been eating. Okay, so I'm going to unwrap my owl pellet here. This is from a barn owl, and you can see inside there is our pellet. And you can wear gloves if you want to while dissecting these, but when they come from the lab there, they're sanitized, so don't worry about that. So what you want to do is carefully taking your pick here, and you want to sort of pick apart your pellet. You want to be careful because there are going to be some small bones in there, so we want to try not to break them. So we're just going to gently move this side. All right, and here we have the skull of the rodent. You can see the incisors here. That's how we know it's a rodent. And if we just start to gently pick away, we can see where the eye sockets are. It's good to be gentle when you're doing this. So take your time. You can continue to clean it up, and you can compare it to the different rodents on your sheet and see if it matches up with a mouse or a shrew or mole or maybe even a bird. So it looks like we have found quite a few different kinds of bones, and you can match these up, and then you can also take them over to your skeleton diagram here and place the bones where they would go. So this helps us to learn a little bit about the anatomy of an animal. So we had our tibia and fibula. And you can just keep matching them up. See how many bones you can find.
So the pellet we just dissected came from a barn owl, and it was a little over an inch. Now, depending on what kind of owl the pellets are coming from is going to determine the size, because smaller owls, like a screech owl, is going to produce a small pellet, and large owls, like this great horned owl behind me, are going to produce large pellets because they are eating different size prey. So where can you find an owl pellet? Well, if you go to your local park or any other wildlife area where you know that owls may be roosting or you've heard them before, you can go and search that wildlife area along the trails and look at the base of the tree and see if you can find any pellets to take home. And because you know how to dissect it, you can see what kind of wild animals your wild owls have been eating.